Welcome to Tsushima. It is a hot day here. It's 6 o'clock, the sun is starting to set, and now is pretty much the only time that you can do any running, because otherwise you will die from heat exhaustion. It is incredibly hot. I got asked the other day if I actually live in Tsushima or if I've made it up for some strange reason, but no, look, this is Tsushima. This is what you get if you move here. You get a lot of islands over there, you get a beautiful sea over here, and that's about it. Oh, there's also Yamanekos. Yamanekos are rare cats which are only found in a couple of places in Japan. They're found in Tsushima and I think another couple of islands, so not too many. But while someone asked me if I actually live in Tsushima, I thought I'd do a little Q&A of what it's actually like to live in Tsushima. So first question I got asked the other day is, how different is Tsushima from the video game? Well, as you can see, there's no Mongols trying to invade me or trying to kill me at the moment, so that's nice, that's a change. I actually haven't played Ghost of Tsushima, but I have watched about 30 minutes of gameplay on Twitch, and from what I can tell you is mostly the island isn't as easy to get around as it is in the game. So in the game you can pretty much get on a horse and you can go absolutely anywhere. But I want to show you something. Look at that mountain. Look how dense the forest is in there. There is absolutely no way you could walk into that mountain or even take a horse into it. If you did, if you even tried to do it, your horse would get like slightly up it and then just give up. So Tsushima is 91% mountains, so it is very difficult to get around on it, and that is why if you are going to travel in Tsushima, you can only really go to a few places, and that's places that have set roads. If you tried to go into the mountains and tried to travel through it, good luck, you're not going to get very far, I can tell you that. And the next thing is, a lot of the locations in the game aren't actually real, so I keep getting a lot of messages being like, go to this castle, go to this place in Tsushima, and I'm like, that's not even real, that's made up, it's fake, it's completely made up, it's a made up game. Now, the reason, you're probably wondering, the next question I get asked is, why haven't I played Ghost of Tsushima? It's a great game. The reason I haven't played it as of yet is because I like writing books, and I've written a fiction book about Tsushima and about loads of different yokai, Japanese myths and things like that are in the book. And I don't want to play the game and accidentally take something from the game and put it into my book without realizing. So that's why I haven't played the game so far. One day I will probably play it, but when I watched the gameplay of it, I didn't get any urge to play it, because I think I'd be just playing the game going, this isn't real, this isn't what Tsushima's actually like, this is completely different, you couldn't do this in Tsushima, this location isn't real, this is fake, it's not real. So I wouldn't be able to get deeply into the game, but that's what I think. But this is Tsushima, it's absolutely beautiful. But I'm going to carry on for my run while I've still got an hour left of sunlight, and I'm going to take you along with me. Let's go! And right here you can find something that's very common, not just in Tsushima, but also across all of Japan at the moment, and that is abandoned buildings. Tsushima is covered in what I like to call a little layer of rust. Probably, if I was to guess how many buildings here are abandoned or falling apart, I would say something like 20%. That's going to be my guess. There's a lot of buildings here that are very old and decrepit, but that's pretty much common in all of Japan now, so what can you do? Even the statues are starting to look a bit old. So right here we have what are called Koma Inus, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Koma Inus. These are dog-like statues which are outside of many different torii gates, and what they're meant to do is, if like a bad yokai or a bad spirit comes in, these are meant to come alive and they are meant to attack the evil yokai monsters. Looks like we're safe because they're in their stone form, but what you'll see with them is one of them will normally have their mouth open, like this poor little fellow here. Half his face is gone, but one of them will have their mouth open, and the other one over there will have its mouth closed. The one that has its mouth open is normally a male, and the one that has its mouth closed is normally a female, because they come in pairs, because they're in like a marriage relationship. That's nice, isn't it? Wish I had a marriage. And right there, ladies and gentlemen, we have something that is home to Tsushima, and that is a crow's. On top of that building right there, there is a crow. And let me tell you something, they are noisy, they are annoying, and they are not your friends. Look at him, he sees us. We're watching him. He knows who we are. Stupid crow. And here we have an example of the two statues in much better condition. These guys look at that, they look great, don't they? Hey, look at you. Your mouth's all intact. See, this must be the boy, and mouth closed. This is the pretty lady. Very nice, look at those eyes. Beautiful. Ooh. So right here, we also have another example of Japanese yokai on buildings. These little fish here are meant to, if your house catches on fire, these are meant to come alive and start spraying water on top of your roof to stop it from catching fire and going on a blaze. And they have sort of like an infinite amount of water in their belly. So in theory, you should never see a building like this on fire, because these little fish people here should keep your building safe. Does it work in practice? I don't know. All I can say, this building is not on fire. A coincidence? I think not. Okay, next question. What is Tsushima's population, and how easy is it to get to Tsushima? Well, Tsushima at the moment has a population of about 30,000. The population is sort of going down as of all of Japan. And at its highest, I believe it was around 70,000, something like that. That was in the 70s. That was when this island had the most people on it. And I must say, I would have loved to have been here when there was that many people, because the island is nice, but it is a little bit remote with not too many people on it. How easy is it to get to Tsushima? It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. You can come from 3 different places. You can come from Fukuoka, which has the most connections. You can get a flight from Fukuoka airport that takes about 30 minutes. You can get a slow boat from Fukuoka, which takes about 5 hours. And you can get a fast boat called a jet foil, which takes 2 hours. You can get a flight from Nagasaki City, no, Omura Airport. Nagasaki Airport, which is in Omura. That takes about 30 minutes. And you can also come from Busan, and you can go to 2 places. You can go to Izahara, which is at the bottom of Tsushima, or you can go to Hitetsu, which is on the top of the island, which both of the boats take about 2 hours. The one to Hitetsu is quicker. The one to the to Izahara is a little bit longer because it's further away from Busan. It is easy to get here. It is a little bit expensive. The tickets are not cheap, especially flying. So if you are going to come, try and plan in advance. And also, if you book it as like a connecting place, so say if you're going from Tokyo, generally I've heard if you go from Tokyo and book it all as one trip, so like a plane from Tokyo to Fukuoka and then Tsushima, it's a little bit cheaper than just trying to book just from Fukuoka to Tsushima. But who knows? It is not cheap getting here, I can tell you that. As someone who lives here, I spend most of my money getting on and off the island. That is probably one of my biggest expenses living in Tsushima, is the cost of leaving Tsushima all the time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions about living in Tsushima or anything about living in Japan, let me know and I'll answer it in the upcoming video. And have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day, and I shall see you in the next video. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.